Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Thursday, August 8th, and the energies in the day adds up or due to the number 8 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So we're in August. The months are going by so fast. I feel like time itself has been going by super fast, and I've felt that way since 2021. 2021 for me, things felt like it sped up. And we're in August. August is the 8th month. In August 2024 adds up and reduced to the number 7 vibration. So that brings major introspection to the month of August. August is the 8th month. And August, like the year 2024, both share the number 8 and is ruled by Saturn. So when it comes to the month of August, something about the month of August feels like grand finale type energy. Grand finale type energy as with Saturn energy being such an authoritative energy. And I think of the number 8 energy as far as like the systems and the cycles. And I don't know why karma is coming to mind. When I'm thinking about karma in this instant, I'm thinking about how you pretty much get out of something what you put into it. Or I imagine watching certain movies and things like that. And it's like you make a deal. You make a deal that I will give you this if I could get this. But of course, when it comes to making the deals, we're not paying right in the moment, we're paying in the future. And sometimes in the moment we want something so bad only for us to get that thing, and then fast forward in the future when it's time to pay for that thing, we realize that the thing that we're paying for, it was all an illusion to begin with, or the idea of it being so great was just a figment of our imagination, and then realizing that whatever it is that we're paying is actually way bigger than what we gain in return. Like what comes to mind is when you hear stories of, oh, they sold their soul for fame or for wealth or whatnot. And when I think of like what you get in return for making that sale, and it's crazy because I think of how outside sources will promise us things that we can do for ourselves. It's like someone being aware of your skills and your abilities and selling something to you to make you do something that you can already do on your own, and you don't need anyone's help to do that. But because you don't trust yourself or know the powers that exist within you, you buy into certain things, or certain people buy into certain things only later for that thing to collect. And that person feels robbed big time because the thing that was sold to them, it's like someone selling you air, or nowadays selling water when it's in abundance. So when it comes to the month of August, I feel like we'll look out into the world and see different situations playing itself out, as there'll be things around authority, power struggles, and we'll see like the word Grim Reaper is coming to mind, but we'll see debts getting collected. So certain situations that may appear to be a freak accident, or certain situations that appear to be an unfortunate situation is like an exchange. And I've never thought of it that way, but it's flowing out of me, so I'm just letting it flow. But the month of August is that energy where it's like, it's an authoritative energy. When you think of the number 8 energy, like Saturn energy, you think of the overseer, like the officer, the one that, how would I put it? Like in this realm, even those who appear to be the ones of authority who have the power, it's like I think of how bosses have bosses type of situation. And even if it appears that they're in control, they still have to answer. And we'll see situations where certain people of authority are answering or having to answer. That's interesting. I never thought about that, never thought of it that way. But yeah, the month of August also has a very spiritual, introspective vibe to it. But a lot of us could find ourselves dismissing the premonitions and things that come in, because August 2024 adds up and reduces to number 7 vibration. That's where that spiritual, introspective truth comes from. That sage energy where we have to go inside of ourselves to learn how to pretty much have access to whatever it is that we want in this realm, in this world, and the stream of abundance flow within us. And it's just a matter of recognizing that stream of abundance. But we'll find ourselves going back and forth as premonition and intuition will pull us in one direction, but we might dismiss it and say, but that doesn't make sense because that's not what I've been told, or I'm not familiar with that. I think of the whole cognitive dissonance thing, how some of us might find ourselves experiencing that, where it's like hearing something that even if a part of you resonate with it, because it's not what you've heard your whole life or what you've been told, you can find yourself fighting against something. But I think of like a fight within ourselves as we go back and forth as to whether we can trust certain things that's coming up within us. And the only reason why we might feel like it's not okay for us to trust those things, again, because those things are not familiar, and familiarity will feel safe even when it's destructive. So when it comes to today's energy, today is the 1st, so the number 1 energy brings in new beginnings, a new perspective, a fresh start. And the energies in the day adds up or reduce to number 8 vibration. Again, the number 8 energy deals with systems and cycles. So when it comes to today's energy, there could be a mental loop as we're questioning certain things over and over and over again, to the point that we're so focused within ourselves that certain things around us is hard for us to see. Big emphasis when it comes to our finances and our financial situation today. Those are some things that are on our mind. And with the dragonfly coming up as a spirit animal, the spirit animal energy for me is like medicine for the day. And when I think about medicine, I think about an energy that brings balance. Because for me, when I think about medicine, and for me, my favorite sources of medicine comes from nature. And I think of how a medicine can turn into a drug whenever it's abused. And when I think of a medicine, I think of a medicine as a tool, or maybe a tool is not the word, but a medicine is something that helps to bring our energy back into balance. So with the dragonfly coming out as a spirit medicine for the day, and what will be beneficial when it comes to bringing our energies back into balance, with the dragonfly energy dealing with the mind, I think of the dragonfly's ability to change direction at top speed. So that brings me to the whole thought process. This energy brings me to being open to changing your mind when it comes to certain things, because change is inevitable. So when it comes to today's energy, some things might come up that causes you to question what it is that you've always believed. And I feel like we have to be comfortable with questioning all of our beliefs, questioning all of our conditionings. Where did I get this perspective from? And who does it benefit for me to think this way? And how has it been benefiting me to think this way? How long have I been thinking this way? And how has it benefited my life? Or has it worked against me? We have to be honest with ourselves and be reflective enough to see how things are working for us, or if things are actually not working for us and working against us. And with the dragonfly energy dealing with the mind and its ability to change directions, I think about how flexible we have to be when it comes to our thinking, our perspective, our beliefs, because I always think about when the dragonfly spirit first entered my world, and I was living in LA and I was looking to move probably south in LA by the beach or something. I was looking for something more quiet. And on my way to work, I was walking to the garage to get into my car, and a dragonfly pretty much crashed into my face, and it was a big one. And later on in the evening was when I came to the realization that as beautiful as this place is, I don't want to be here. And I don't remember what I saw or what I heard. I think I was having a conversation with a client that I met in LA, and he became my client, and we became really, really cool. And he told me he moved back to Florida. And I think having a conversation with him that night and hearing him say he moved back and how happy he is to be back and things like that, I think in that moment, maybe he gave me permission and in some way told me that it was okay to go back home. Like, it was okay to acknowledge and to own that this isn't it as beautiful as it is. It's just not for me because it's not sitting well with me energetically. You know, I'm not happy, and physically it was starting to show. So when it comes to today's energy, something might come out and give you permission to change your mind on something that you're fixated on. Because with the number 8 energy and the day adding up to the number 8 vibration, we can be so fixated and have tunnel vision when it comes to certain things. And sometimes the fixation and the tunnel vision is out of fear of how we will look in front of our peers. So we keep looping over options that aren't the best options for us and refusing to see anything else, even when it's clear that, you know, the option that we're trying to force isn't what's best for us at the moment. And we have the moon card as the tarot, and the moon came out in the reversal position. And with the moon card again, the moon energy brings me to being receptive. When I think of the moon energy, I think of how on a regular night, in relation to the night of a full moon, the sky, the outside isn't as bright. Where when the moon is out and it's big and it's bright and it's clear, we can see things so much more clearer. I think of within our lives, whenever there's a full moon, it brings me to the thought of a closet that's congested and maybe have a really dim light, but then you put in a really, really bright light in that closet. So every corner that was once in darkness is clear. You could see everywhere, you could see everything. So things that were once hidden from you are being exposed to you. And when it comes to today's energy, it brings me to just that. Things that were once hidden are being exposed, but the question is, do you overlook it and act like you don't see it because of the sake of ego? And when I say the sake of ego, to me, ego meaning us identifying so much with the physical realm to the point where we want to keep up a certain image. So we will disregard intuition and premonition because it's more important to keep up a certain image. So Jupiter is the ruler of the day, and Jupiter is at 14 degrees in Gemini. The 14-degree energy brings me to an energy of structure and change. An energy of structure and change. Jupiter is positively aspecting the sun in Leo. So this brings a social aspect to the day. It's squaring Mercury in Virgo and Venus in Leo. So the square being made to Jupiter brings me to, say, Mercury, the mind. And with Mercury in Virgo, I think of Mercury and Virgo energy is probably where we'll force ourselves to hold on to certain things because wanting to keep up a certain image of perfection. This is where sometimes we'll come off as hypocrites because we could be so opinionated on certain things, But if someone was to ever be a fly in the wall on our situation, they'll see the exact truth. And with the Mercury energy in Virgo, this is because we're afraid of not looking perfect or complete in the eyes of our peers, as that is squaring Jupiter in Gemini. So with Jupiter in Gemini positively aspecting the Sun in Leo, we identify with wanting to be social and connecting with others. Hence, a situation where, like me speaking to my client, and from me being social, I'm able to keep in touch with that client. And then that client shares that, oh, they're back home. And with the Mercury in Virgo squaring the Jupiter energy, it's where, you know, we could acknowledge certain things, but don't want to feed into our truth, because how is this going to make me look? You know, that kind of energy. The moon is in Cancer, and the moon in Cancer is positively aspecting Mercury in Virgo. So when I think of the positive aspect being made to the moon in Cancer, Mercury in Virgo, Cancer energy is very secretive, private energy. So the moon, our inner world, is in a space where we're all about secrets and keeping things private and hidden, and even a bit fearful. And with it positively aspecting Virgo, this is where we're analyzing certain things and thinking that, yes, it's probably better for me to keep this private, keep this hidden, keep this secret, keep this to myself, or probably even not acknowledge a thing out of fear, again, of how we will seem to others, how we will be seen by others. The moon in Cancer squares Neptune and Pisces. So this is where we're coming again from straight ego and dismissing intuition, premonition, and whatnot. So when it comes to these energies here, and what I'm picking up from the energies in the day, brings me to being flexible when it comes to the mind and allowing our intuition to speak to us, and not allow ourselves to dismiss certain things or be selective when it comes to our premonition and intuition. You guys, it's such a pleasure sharing these messages with you. Hey guys, I want to share with you 7 benefits of getting a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session. The first one is understanding your internal programming. The second one is becoming more clear about your purpose and passion. The third is setting goals for success. The fourth is awareness of strength and areas of improvement. And the fourth one was foundational for me, because whenever you're aware of your weaknesses, no one can use them against you. And when you're aware of your strengths, that makes you unstoppable. And that is why I say self-awareness is a superpower. The fifth benefit is removing obstacles. We first have to become aware of a thing in order to remove it in the first place. The sixth benefit is understanding relationship dynamics. We don't have to change the people in our lives. We have to become aware of ourselves and start from there, and everything changes. And the seventh benefit is upcoming transits, if that's something that you would like to look into because you're planning for something or you just want to be aware. So if you're interested in booking a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session or learning more about it, the link to book or the link to send me an email for questions are both within the description box below. If you'd like to check out my Patreon, where I share exclusive content, the link to check out what's happening on Patreon is in the description box below. Please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a pink heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.